Good morning and welcome to physics class. In the last session, we discussed friction and different types of friction, what is meant by normal reaction, what is meant by coefficient of friction, and the different situations for static, kinetic and rolling frictions. Today we are going to deal some numericals belongs to the previous theories. Here, as problem number 1, in friction, a man holds a book weighing 2 kg weighing 2 kg between his hands and keeps from falling by pressing his hands together. So this is a situation like this. He holds the book by pressing it with 2 hands. If I remove my hands, what happens? The book will fall down. Otherwise, if I press with less force, then also this book will fall down. So we have to maintain a certain force to hold the book without falling. Then what is the friction between my hand and this book? In this case, we are going to determine. See, I will try to give the situation. This is the book. This is the book. Holds between 2 hands. Let us suppose these are 2 hands. I am pressing this book with certain force like this. Let F be the force with which I am pressing the book. Then can you guess what are the different forces acting on this? Very easy. One is the vertical normally downward force, nothing but weight of the book, and the frictional force comes into exist. Since here 2 contacting surfaces, this is frictional force 1, of course this is frictional force 2 between the 2 edges of the hand and the book. And what else we have? Since we are pressing it with normal force F, it experiences what is called a normal reaction exactly in the opposite direction. This is a case just like if you place a body on a table, horizontal table, its weight acts vertically downward and normal reaction acts vertically upward. This is also just like that. Since we are pressing it from right to left with a force F, the normal reaction will act from left to right, and here also same. Since we are pressing it from left towards, now normal reaction will be in the opposite direction. So these are the different forces. Here we have to deal the problem with 2 concepts. Number 1 with the friction knowledge, and number 2 what that is called upward and downward balancing condition. Now see, what is the condition for balancing? Downward forces must be balanced by upward force. In fact, there are 2 forces here. 2 forces F plus F, these are the upward forces. So I am writing like this. It is nothing but F plus F. What is the downward force? That is only 1. It is nothing but mg. Implies 2F is equal to mg. This is okay. What about this frictional force? From the definition of coefficient of friction, what we have is very simple. Coefficient of friction is defined as the ratio of the frictional force to the normal reaction. Coefficient of friction mu is equal to how much? It is defined as the ratio of frictional force to normal reaction. From this, this frictional force F can be written as mu n. Simply substitute in this formula. 2 into mu n is equal to mg. Now, what do you want now? Simply we are going to calculate what is the coefficient of friction. This thing we are going to calculate, coefficient of friction. Therefore, mu is equal to, it is nothing but mg by 2n. 2n. Here clearly n is nothing but F. N is nothing but F. With what horizontal force we are pushing? With 49 Newton. That's why see here, mu is equal to m. What is the mass of the book? 2 kg into what is acceleration due to gravity? 9.8 by 2 into what is the normal reaction? It is nothing but horizontal push given by 49. It is 49. Simply this 2 gets cancelled. 9.8 by 490, which clearly indicates it is nothing but 0.2. What are the units of this one? Means you are not thorough with this one. Coefficient of friction is a ratio. It is a ratio. It is the ratio of frictional force to normal reaction. Since it is a ratio, coefficient of friction does not have any units. Fine, that's all. This once again, the book is pressed with 2 horizontal forces, F and F. As a result, the book also pushes the hands with equal amounts but in opposite direction by name N, normal reaction. Weight of the book acts downward. Frictional forces between 2 surfaces act vertically upwards. Condition for upward and downward forces. 2 upward forces balance the downward force. Here this frictional force is replaced with mu n, and hence this goes to mu is equal to 0.2. Fine. Consider one more problem. Here the given data is a book rests on a horizontal top of a car. Horizontal top of a car. If the coefficient of friction between the car top and the book is 0.5, then the maximum acceleration of the car for the book not to slip is. So very fine, conceptual problem. A book rests on a horizontal top of the car. Let us consider this diagram. I will try to visualize the problem. See, this is car. This is car. Here is a book on the top of the car. This is the book. When this car is accelerating with A, you know very well, a force which is equal to MA will act on it. This is nothing but F is equal to MA in this direction. That's why this book has the tendency to slip down, to slip and fall down from the top of the car. Then which force keeps it without falling? That means which force can carry the book along with the car? It is nothing but the frictional force between the top of the car and the book will take it away. But it is possible up to certain acceleration only. If this vehicle exceeds that acceleration, definitely this book will fall down. So we have to establish what is the condition for the acceleration of the car and the friction between these two. Since this book has a tendency to move backward, what happened? The frictional force comes into exist, which acts in the opposite direction. That means in this direction the frictional forces will act. Are you comfortable? Then for balancing sake, see, I will do one thing. This F is equal to, that means which act in the backward direction, is equal to frictional force which acts in the forward direction. Simply the substitution, see, F is equal to MA. Simply, very simple, Newton's law. F is equal to MA. Frictional force, according to the definition, what we have? Coefficient of friction is equal to the ratio of frictional force to normal reaction. Time and again I am telling, only basic concepts only used in the problem this, according to the situation this. So don't take what this is like while doing the basic principles and formulae. Be alert. So from this F is equal to how much? Mu n. It is nothing but mu n. What do you mean by normal reaction? If W is weight of the book, it acts downward. Normal reaction will act vertically in the opposite direction. This is. That's why in the place of N, we will replace this normal reaction with mg. Right? Now see, this mm gets cancelled, being similar terms. A is equal to mg. This A is equal to mg. Shortcut technique. Very oftenly we are hearing this word. What is it? That means if we observe such type of problem once again in the competitive exam, no need of writing all these. This is only for your understanding sake. I am telling you in detail. No need of present all these. If it is board examination, if it is intermediate examination, without writing all these, you won't get marks, because marks will also awarded to the procedure. Whereas in the competitive examinations, only you need option, multiple option A, B, C, D. That's all, among which is correct. That's all. Now this A is equal to how much? No, this is A is equal to M gets cancelled now, we have mu Z, that's all. In the data, let's go for the data. What is the coefficient of friction? It is 0.5. That's why acceleration A is equal to nothing but 0.5 into 9.8. If you go for multiplication, 9 is the 40, 9 5 is the 45, it is nothing but 49, which is nothing but 4.9. What will be the units of acceleration? Nothing but meter per second square. So the car must have an acceleration which is less than 4.9. Beyond this, what happens? The car will go, but the book will skid off and falls down because it exceeds the frictional force. Here, one more case for you, one more different situation. Here, the problem is collaborated with kinematics. Kinematics means mostly, you know, the equations by name V is equal to U plus AT, S is equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square is equal to 2a. So such these equations are called equations of motion strictly under heading of kinematics. Now see how kinematics is linked with this friction. That's why time and again I am telling, don't consider different topic of physics as a different subject, different problem and different formula. All together it is one. See how it is. Coming to the given problem, let's go to the problem once. A car with a mass of 1200 kg is traveling at a rate of 72 km per hour. Suddenly the brakes were applied, causing all the tires to skid. What do you mean by this skid? It is our daily life experience. When brakes were applied, even it is bike or car, instead of rolling, the wheels, the tires will drag through some distance, hence comes to rest. That causes all the tires to skid. How far will the car travel before coming to rest? Here secretly one more thing in the data is there, is before coming to rest, indirectly given, just I choose the equation v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Because initially it is moving, so we have u value, finally it comes to rest, we have v value also. Here itself S is the question asked, after travelling what distance it comes to rest. So which relates these three factors? Undoubtedly it is v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So in the data, u with what velocity it is moving? See 72 km per hour. Be careful, I already explained while doing problems in kinematics, kilometer per hour is not SI unit. So if you are in a hurry, simply you will substitute 72 and you won't find the options here. Be careful, you have to convert this into SI system simply by multiplying with 5 by 18, this multiplying factor. Then clearly 18, 4 that gets cancelled, 4 into 5, that goes to 20 meter per second. Okay, fine. Finally it comes to rest, what it refers, v is equal to 0. Since brakes were applied, it causes resistance to the motion, nothing but deceleration, nothing but retardation. That's why A is equal to, with the presence of friction, that is minus mu z. A is equal to minus mu z. You can apply this acceleration A value in all equations of motion. That means during kinematics, whenever you need, when the problem is in relation with friction, you can use this technique. Very comfortably you can solve this, right? Now see, this is the data, what you are going to calculate, that's the main thing. After traveling, what distance it comes to rest? Simply S is equal to question mark. If it is board exam, marks will be awarded to this data also. How you are doing the problem, that is important. If it is a NEET or JEE, IIT examination, irrespective of method of doing, simply we need the answer, that's all. That is called shortcut technique. They are not created newly. They are derived from the basics. By doing practice 1 or 2 thrice, then automatically we will mind it, that is shortcut technique. Right. Now let us substitute in the original equation. What is the original equation? V square minus U square is equal to 2s, V 0 square minus U 20 square is equal to 2as, 2 into in the place of a minus mu g into what this is, yes, you have to find out this one. Okay, simply speaking, it is nothing but minus 400 is equal to minus 2. What is the coefficient of friction given? 0.2, 0.2 into S we have, what is G? You can take this one as 10 and distance you have to calculate. Negative sign gets cancelled. Last step, therefore, S is equal to 400 divided by this 2 into 0.2 into 10. Okay, this 10 gets cancelled clearly. 2 into this is 20 times 20 divided by 0.2, nothing but clearly 100. Since it is distance, be alert, it is nothing but meter. The unit of distance is meter. Since it is in SI system, meter is the unit of this. So, after traveling, what is the question? How far will the car travel before coming to rest? The car will travel a distance of 100 meters before coming to rest. My sincere comment is, it is a very bad car, because after traveling a distance of 100 meters, it is a very long distance. This is, so okay, mind this. Let us go to next. Here I am taking one more example for friction. A plank of mass 0.2 kg is placed in contact with the front face of the vehicle. What would be the acceleration of the vehicle so that the plank does not skid? See, I will try to visualize this problem. See, this is a truck, and here in the front part I am placing a plank, just like your book says. General mechanics, when this truck is accelerating with an acceleration a pseudo force will act on this plank which press against it to the vehicle, nothing but ma. Now, the weight of the book mg will act vertically downward, whereas the frictional force will act in the upward direction. This is the direction of the frictional force. This acts in the upward direction. Right. For the balancing purpose, I will choose upward and downward forces, which are nothing but F is equal to mg for balancing purpose. Fine. As usual, from the definition of coefficient of friction, it is nothing but the ratio of frictional force to normal reaction, which in turn gives F is equal to mu n. Here, if it is pressed against the vehicle with a force F, the normal reaction is also equal to n. Normal reaction is equal to the force with which it was pressed against to this one. So, in the place of F, I am substituting mu into normal reaction is equal to mg, where see this normal reaction is nothing but ma given as the mg. Similar terms gets cancelled. So, the condition for acceleration is equal to g by mu. That means, in order to keep this plank steady without skidding, this vehicle has to maintain an acceleration, a minimum acceleration of a. Exact word is a minimum. That means, beyond this it may have any amount of acceleration, that is a different issue, but at least it should have an acceleration a in return is equal to g by mu. Okay, in the data, g is given as, let us take this g value 10 meter per second square, and the coefficient of friction is given as 0.4, which in turn nothing but 100 divided by 4. So, it is nothing but 25 meter per second square is the right answer. Once again, what are the different forces? Weight mg acts downward, the frictional force between the plank and the truck acts upward. When the vehicle is moving with an acceleration, a pseudo force will act, which will press this plank against to the vehicle with a force F. Hence, a normal amount acts in the opposite direction. So, normal reaction is equal to F, which is nothing but mg. Remaining is balancing condition. downward force and upward force I am making equal, F is equal to mg. From this F is equal to mu n is nothing but ma. After substitution we got this value as 25 meter per second square is the acceleration required in order the plank does not fall down, does not skid down. Let us go to one more example. The coefficient of static and dynamic frictions were given as 0.7 and 0.4. Coefficient of static and dynamic. Let us look into the theory related to this one. Which one will be greater? Static friction will be greater or dynamic friction will be greater? Definitely static friction is greater. What is meant by static friction? The frictional force that comes into exist when a body just tries to move on the surface of another body, it is greater. If once a body is moved, that much force is not required to continue the motion. That means a small amount of force is sufficient to maintain that motion. That is why coefficient of kinetic friction is less. What is the standard statement? Coefficient of static friction is greater than coefficient of kinetic friction, which in turn is greater than rolling friction. Same is the case. Static frictional forces are greater than kinetic frictional forces, and it is greater than rolling frictional forces. Hence, the highest is static and the least is rolling. In between, kinetic friction will be there, right? Here, what happened is it's a body. It's a body. See, when some force is applied on this, first static frictional forces comes into exist. Once if the body started to move, kinetic frictional forces comes into exist. So, it is better to write what is the net force acting means it is nothing but static frictional force minus kinetic frictional force. Kinetic frictional force. Nothing but net force is given as ma, static frictional force Fs minus Fk implies ma is equal to Fs is nothing but mu s mg minus Fk means mu k mg from the definitions. What is the definition? What is the definition of friction? Frictional force is equal to mu n. Whereas this n is nothing but mu mg. If it is static friction, we have to mention s. If it is kinetic friction, it is mu k. Now this can be written as C mu s minus mu k into mg. This m gets cancelled. Therefore, what is the acceleration? A is equal to mu s minus mu k into g. What is mu s? Let us come to the data. It is nothing but 0.7 minus mu k, kinetic friction 0.4 into g. Let us take this one as 10. Nothing but A is equal to 0.7 minus 0.4, 0.3 into 10, nothing but 30 meter per second square is the right answer. Okay. So what is the acceleration produced? The acceleration produced will be, sorry, it is 3 only, decimal gets cancelled, 0.3 into 10, nothing but 3 meter per second square. It travels with an acceleration of 3 meter per second square. When a force is applied to start the motion of a body and the same is continuous, then this excess force will convert to acceleration, which is equivalent to 3 meter per second square. Let us consider one more problem. Before going to the problem, just you recollect the conditions for pulling and pushing. Pulling and pushing. Which is easier? We derived at two different formulae. One is for pulling and the another is for pushing, and we conclude that pulling is easier than pushing. For board examinations, it's a very important question also. Derive conditions for pulling and pushing show that pulling is easier than pushing this. Here is the case related to this. A block of weight 200 Newton is pulled along a rough horizontal surface. If it is given as a rough, mentally be prepared, it is having friction. A rough means that one. If it is mentioned as smooth surface, no need of considering frictional force. So here it is related with the friction. At a constant speed by a force of 100 Newton, acting at an angle 30 degrees with the horizontal. The coefficient of kinetic friction between the block and the surface is. Beautiful question, knowledgeful question. It relates with our previous theory. See, I will try to establish the situation. This is a horizontal plane, and here is a block. It is placed over it. It is rough surface, and see, it is pulled with making some angle. This making some angle. It is pulling. It is pulling. When it is trying to move in the horizontal direction, then frictional forces will comes into exist. These are the frictional forces. If it just slides, just begins to move, you have to mention this as static frictional force. According to the problem, it is moving with constant speed. That's why I take this one as kinetic frictional force. Everything, for everything is a pinpoint reason. Try to catch it. Then you will enjoy physics. See, this is a situation. In this direction it is moving. Then I will draw what are the different forces acting on this one. See, one thing is its weight. While writing block diagram, be careful. First draw. It is a must one, and it is vertically downward. As a reaction, this surface acts a vertically upward force on this block. Let n be the normal reaction. This is n be the normal reaction. Fine. Now this force can be resolved into two components. This force will resolve into, one is in the upward direction, one is in the horizontal direction. Let f cos theta, where theta is the angle made with the horizontal, and this is f sin theta. F sin theta. Finish. To say okay, I will go to the problem. Once again, it is pulled with a force F making an angle theta with the horizontal. So I am resolving this force into both the horizontal and vertical components. mg acts vertically downward, normal reaction acts vertically upward. When it is in motion, the kinetic frictional force comes into exist to oppose the motion. That's all. This is the given data. Then how to derive the condition? See, the downward forces and upward forces I am making equal. At the same time, it is pulling force F cos theta and it is opposing force. So from the figure it is clear that C frictional force Fk is equal to F cos theta. Am I right? F cos theta. And coming to this one, what are the sum of upward forces? N plus F sin theta. N plus F sin theta is equal to downward. This is nothing but mj. From this, what is the value of n? N is equal to mg minus F sin theta. This is okay. What we are going to calculate? The coefficient of kinetic friction you have to calculate. So mu k is equal to question mark. This is the data given. Right? Shall we go for substitution? Welcome. What is the definition of coefficient of kinetic friction? Again I am telling mu k is equal to Fk by n. That's all. What is the value of Fk from the figure? It is nothing but F cos theta divided by, what do you mean by n? This n is nothing but mg minus F sin theta. Hereafter, it is nothing but substituting the values properly. It is a simple job which can be done by school kids. Be careful. What is F? What is the pulling force? Here it is given as pulling force is given as 100 Newton. That's why I am writing 100 here into cos theta. What is the angle of theta in the problem? It is 30 degrees given as. So into cos 30, okay, divided by mg. Mg means nothing but weight. The weight of the block is given. No confusion, it is not mass of the block, it is the weight is given. So it is nothing but 200 minus F sin theta. So what is F? This F is given as 100 into sin 30. Sin 30. Substitution part, quotient of kinetic friction is equal to 100 into, it is nothing but root 3 by 2 whole divided by, it is nothing but 200 minus 100 into sin 30, nothing but 1 by 2. 2 1s are 250s gets cancelled, and 2 1s and 250s here also gets cancelled. So in the numerator we have 50 root 3 divided by, in the denominator part 200 minus 50, it is nothing but 150. This 3 times gets cancelled. So the value is root 3 by 3 this. Nothing but root 3. Root 3 means 1.732 divided by 3 on division decimal 3 5s are 15, 2 3, 3 7s are 21 and so on, 0.577, nothing but 0.58. It is quotient of a kinetic friction. What we need. Here the only artistic thing is, so we have to design the problem and we have to resolve the components as per the previous class theory. That is only. We are pulling with a force of F means it is not neither horizontal nor vertical. So we have to resolve this into horizontal and vertical components. It's the greatest thing in this problem. And it is balanced by F cos theta, whereas upward forces were balanced by downward forces. After establishing, once again I am going for merely the definition of coefficient of friction, which is nothing but the ratio of kinetic friction force to normal reaction. Afterwards, it is nothing but substitution of this part. Fine.